I was trying to think of good songs the other day, and like nothing ever hits me. Oh wait, actually, there is this. God, you guys know this song, "Red Red Wine." You know that song?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! So at work, my boss literally turns it on because I hate listening to it so much, and he'll go in the back room and he'll make sure that it pops on, and he'll stick his head out to make sure that I'm listening. And I'm like, I hate it so much because what happens, it's not because it's a shit song. I start fucking singing it at work, and I'm like, God damn it.
And you start doing a little like
yeah,
hip
and
action,
I'm just
right?
like, red, red wine, and I won't stop. And it makes
but that's
me
the only
so,
line you know.
Yep,
so,
so I
say
just
that
keep
over and over again.
that in my head, and I'm like, fuck. Okay, guys, welcome to the Real Awkward Podcast, the best damn podcast you heard today. My name is Andy.
I'm Amanda.
I am Ashley.
Sure.
Andy loves me.
What is it called? Vibrato or whatever? You're
No.
like, listen to my vibrato. Or octaves. What is it?
No.
Okay, what's it called? Stop saying no.
I don't know.
Today's episode is all about the weird, the evil, the demure.
Please don't use that word. That word is banned from our podcast.
I'm sorry. Skibbity toilet, dude. Let's go.
Ugh.
God.
Over it.
Sorry, I ain't got the Riz today.
I'm out.
All right, let's get a fire episode going. This one's mid.
Oh no.
Come on.
I don't start till you stop.
All right, Giat. Level 0. I've stopped.
Red, red wine.
Stop. Okay. All right,
Okay.
Ash, what we doing?
Okay. It's October. We're diving into Halloween.
Ooh.
We got to get this going.
Dun, dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 dun,
I thought you were doing the Game of Thrones song again. Dun, 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 dun.
There's a pumpkin and a skeleton and a witchy.
It is Halloween.
Everyone's quit.
Let's
Everyone
get
has quit.
It is Halloween.
Everyone
It
has
is Halloween.
closed.
It is Halloween.
Has closed their apps.
Sorry. Jack-o'-lantern, candelabra, Halloween. Okay. All right. We're done. I'm sorry.
Okay. So what we're gonna do here,
Did you have a list?
What we're gonna do.
What we're going to do here?
we are going to discuss scary movies.
the whole time. You know what my favorite scary movie is?
I can do it the whole time if you want me to.
What's your favorite scary movie?
We're gonna discuss some scary movies.
Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Yes.
So I'm gonna bring up a topic, per se, and I'm gonna list some movies, and I want you guys to tell me which one you think is scarier.
Okay. Sorry, I just
Okay.
moved my mic for like 30 seconds there. Okay, we're going to find out which one's scarier. Easy. Amanda and I are not scared easily.
Okay, so most of these I'm gonna list 4 suggestions. You are also welcome to throw in one of your own.
Multiple
if you
choice.
think it's better. It's not. Well, okay. It's multiple choice.
Okay.
Okay. Are
Amanda's
you guys ready?
Bonesaw's ready. Remember that, Amanda?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did you guys have?
Amanda and I both smoked crack before the episode.
Is that what it does to you?
Got me.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it turns me into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah. We both
I
shot
could never
up.
fake being on drugs because I don't know what they do.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
love.
yeah, valid.
I would love you to pretend though, because that'd be funny.
Nope.
Oh,
They'd be
I'm
like-
on
they'd be like-
mushrooms. You just turn into British. Okay. All right. This episode's about scary movies and we're off the rails. Let's do it.
Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
Okay. Topic number 1. Dolls.
Okay.
Dolls. Which
Okay.
one's scarier?
Can't read the dolls.
Chucky
Is it fucking Chucky?
Chucky?
He's
Okay.
in Megan.
Ooh.
Is it fucking Megan?
Is it Annabelle?
Fucking Annabelle.
Or is it the dummy from Dead Silence?
Dude is like 3 bros just hanging out drinking beers.
What's it gonna be? Which one scares you?
The dummy.
Who would be the 3?
We the ones and you the 2s. Let's see. Amanda. I'm gonna throw out the ventriloquist dummy. I do love Dead Silence. Okay. But I'm gonna take that one out just because I don't feel like it's that relevant. And if I saw a ventriloquist dummy in the corner, I'd be like, okay. That's me.
Okay, that's you.
me.
So what is it then?
I'm narrowing.
Process of elimination. If you're gonna,
I mean, here's the way my brain's functioning. If you believe in true like quote unquote horror stories, Annabelle is more scary because she is supposedly real. The idea of Megan's character being like AI and not functioning, whatever, is kind of like scary for the future.
Yeah.
Chucky has more of like a not voodoo, but a possession vibe,
Right.
where this guy's spirit is now essentially undead in this doll. And the idea of Chucky being scary is that he just keeps coming back and coming back and coming back.
Right.
And then you go to the dummy, where it's the idea of essentially a children's toy is now murdering people, but then it's the puppeteer. I think for me, the scariest doll would probably be, because I think about like when I was a kid reading Goosebumps, I would have to say it's Slappy from the Goosebumps.
Slappy.
Like, did you
That's
ever
a
watch
dummy,
the Goosebumps?
right?
I
Yes,
think so.
He's a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah.
And Sloppy was one of like the faces of like the Goosebumps series. And he was in the movie and stuff, but like he was like the kids version of Chucky. Like he just keeps coming back. I guess for me, like, yeah, it would either be like Slappy or I guess Chucky, because I don't find him scary per se, but the idea that you can't kill him, like he just keeps coming back.
Yeah, she's not wrong. To eat him, Bella. Give me the power, I beg of you. That's how he brings his soul into the Chucky doll. And he was an actual serial killer that transfers his soul. I'm gonna go Megan, dude. I'm gonna go Megan because there's this like the uncanny valley, like creepy stuff where like she looks almost human, but she's not, and then she's supposed to be your friend, but then she's not. Like all like that plays into like real fears that can happen very soon in our lifetime.
Yeah.
And then so it's like a doll that's a Terminator. So I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Megan.
There was a Chucky remake where Mark Hamill was the voice of Chucky, and it was the same idea that he was like AI, like tied into all your computer systems.
That. Yes.
It didn't hit the same as Megan did, obviously. Like Megan does the idea better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible one. Like that Chucky remake's not.
Was
not
that
terrible.
a movie or was that a TV show?
They made a TV show, but it was a movie.
Oh, it was a movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. That was so. Wait. So Amanda said Chucky.
I kind of said all of them, but
okay.
And I'm sorry in advance if that's my answer for every single one.
That's okay. That's why we are discussing in the spooky times.
What do you think, Ash?
Oh yeah, where are you going?
I'll be honest. I've only seen. Well, okay, I've actually seen 3 out of 4 of these. I honestly, when I watched Megan, I didn't find her that terrifying.
I remember you telling me that. You were like, I didn't think it was that scary. And I was like, really? Like, I felt some of that fear. So,
it just felt too unrealistic.
Yeah.
I
We'll wipe her out of the. It was because she dances down the hallway.
So stupid.
The dance took me out.
That's because it's the first time it looks like a person in a suit, and you're like, oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Annabelle, I've never seen, obviously, so I don't know. I almost think like the dead silence dummy kind of creeps me out because their facial expressions don't change.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that gets me. Don't like it.
And Dead Silence, that's one of the movies that I recommended to my sister that like my nephew could
that
watch.
movie's a banger, dude.
It's good.
It is good.
I don't know. And then like the scenes where like it's dark.
Oh yeah, and it like runs. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Which is obviously I'm not going to answer this one.
Okay.
It's about exorcism.
The scariest exorcism. Is it The Exorcist?
I mean, arguably, yes.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose?
Oh, okay.
The Possession?
Oh, I don't remember that one very much. Okay.
Or The Conjuring?
I need to do a little Googling.
Did The Conjuring it's an exorcism in that one?
From what I Googled, yes.
I don't remember like specifically like a demon possessing.
Okay.
On The Conjuring.
Sorry. I had to Google because the possession.
I don't know what she's Googling. Obviously, like I said, I'm not answering this.
I'm going to go.
Because I have not seen any of these.
Okay, listen. I'm going to go Emily Rose because in The Exorcist, the first Exorcist, when they are performing the exorcism on Reagan, it's kind of a slow burn. And then the moment that she gets really weird, dude, and she's like, so listen, if you guys are if you have small kids in the car or whatever you're listening, I'm about to say some shit that's really
earmuffs.
Okay, she's fingering herself with a cross, just like
no, she's stabbing herself.
Sorry,
just in the pelvis.
Sorry, yes, she's stabbing herself, and blood splattering, and she's screaming, "Fuck me, Jesus! Fuck me, Jesus!" Okay, like we're saying like the worst shit ever. That movie, from a dialogue standpoint and like the things the character does, is very disturbing. But if it came just by pure like physical things, Emily Rose fucking like flips over crab side and like crawls up this barn. Like I remember some of the shit that they have that character do in that movie was terrifying. So I'm going to say as an exorcism, if I had to witness it, Emily Rose was crazier. Reagan like spins her head around and then she like floats up on the bed every now and again. But for the most part, it's a lot of just her yelling and screaming at the preachers as they're like trying to, the rabbis or whatever they are. What was the third one that you said?
The Possession.
I don't remember The Possession, Amanda.
Okay. Yeah. That's the one I Googled. It is Jeffrey Dean Morgan and his daughter buys this box at like a yard sale, and it's like in the box is like a Dybbuk, and it's like a demon in the box that like possesses her.
Okay.
They're all good for their own reasons. I like exorcism movies, because they're just like it's just fucked.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. I mean, they really are.
And I've heard really good things about this new one on Netflix with like Glenn Close in it. I really want to watch it.
Ooh.
But so yeah, the Exorcist was kind of a victim of its time, but you know, for the 70s, they really did a good job of making this room feel claustrophobic.
Yes, and cold.
And so that movie was horrific to people because they didn't know what to expect.
And you'd never seen anything like that before.
No. And almost to the effect that like Jaws had on the audience, where
Right.
people were like, oh my God, could you imagine? Like the 70s, they didn't have the fucking desensitization we all have now to horror.
Yeah, not
and
at
you're
all.
watching this child.
Yes,
that's
what gets
stuff,
creepy is
and-
because she's
yeah.
like 12 or something like that, I think,
Yeah.
in the movie.
And the whole thing with the cross and stuff, like watching that would
Yeah.
have been like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, that's right. I bet people stood up and walked out. I guarantee.
Oh,
they
I
did.
guess my grandma was like, we're leaving.
Yeah.
Like, we're out of here.
Absolutely.
Well, my
not.
grandma was
Yeah.
also hardcore Catholic, so I'm sure
Right.
she was just, we're leaving.
And I will say real quick, sorry, the Pope's Exorcist. Did you see that yet, Amanda?
I don't think so.
So that's the one with Russell Crowe.
Oh, I have not seen.
That's actually very, very good.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I
Oh,
watched it
I
on
didn't
the
put it on the
plane.
list
I
'cause I
watched
didn't
it
think
on the
you'd seen it.
plane when I was coming back from. Where did I go by myself on a trip?
I don't know.
Anyway, I watched it on a plane, and I remember being like, "Dang, that was good." Nobody ever talked about that. And like Russell Crowe has like a very unique accent in it that it doesn't have anything to do with the story. You believed it. So, and he basically does the exorcism without getting the judgment of the clergy. They basically are like, "Don't do it," and he's like, "I'm doing it anyway. I got to save this girl." So like that was it was a good story. So, yeah, and then what was the last one?
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring.
Conjuring. I don't remember there being a possession like
Okay.
the other three.
So The Conjuring
Yeah.
is loosely based on a true story with
Right.
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Right.
And I am a huge fan of like their story in real life.
Yeah.
They weren't always they weren't always like the best people, but I think that the way that they have been portraying them in the movies has been really interesting. The Conjuring's actually very good. I think it was kind of at the beginning of a lot of those like movies where it's like the ghost stuff, like a lot of the jump scares, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That one's very well done. It has a lot of jump scares, so it is scary. I think I guess I'm thinking about like which one I found the most intense, and I think I would say Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah. I agree.
That character, that girl, she is like to me, I think about like she was physically like screaming at the top of her lungs.
Yeah, it was intense.
For like a lot of the movie, and you believe she is in pain.
Right.
Yeah,
you're right.
And like it's nuts, and the stuff like when she had like the black eyeballs and stuff, and you're like, holy shit, like. And aren't they they're in like a barn or something at some point?
Yeah, I think that's where some of it takes place, where you
Yeah,
see some of the fucked
like,
up stuff.
Nuts. And then I think at the end, doesn't the demon go into a different body?
I don't know if it moves.
It like jumps. Yeah, it like jumps to a different body, and then like it possesses like the driver of the car, and they crash the car. Like,
oh, see, I don't even remember.
fucking
I feel like
nuts.
I need to rewatch that, but Ash will not watch those with me at all.
That's okay.
Isn't it the actress that's in Dexter
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I wonder if roles like that screw those actors up sometimes.
I mean,
Right?
if you're in a movie and they're throwing you from here and there,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Oh, terrifying. All right.
All right. Which of these trapped movies is the scariest?
Ooh.
Saw,
Oh, okay. That's what you're talking about.
Panic Room, Buried,
I don't think I've seen Buried.
or Quarantine?
What was Buried?
It's got Ryan Reynolds. He's like buried alive.
Oh, I do remember that. I don't think I recall that being that terrifying though.
I guess if you're
Quarantine.
claustrophobic, that would
Yeah.
Quarantine has the same actress from
It
Exorcism of
does.
Emily Rose.
be. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to bitch and moan here about Quarantine for a second. Quarantine, the ad was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
this movie looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then the movie sucked. But then the most interesting stuff, which was the most interesting stuff from the trailer,
Yeah.
literally happens in the final scene of the movie.
Is
Yeah.
Quarantine
like where she
a-
gets dragged away.
a found
That's literally
Yes.
found footage? Quarantine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of. Yeah.
I recall that one.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say... What were the first ones?
Saw, Panic Room, Buried, or Quarantine.
Right. Saw.
Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na.
And not, see, okay, not scary, but like just the way that Saw, like, Saw has this feeling of like dread.
Yeah.
And
that's a good
like,
way to describe that.
Carrie Elwes' character, like literally he knows the only way he's getting out of here is if he cuts his fucking foot off. So it's like, I can either die in here or I can possibly die trying to escape. But I have to escape.
So,
but then
yeah.
the fucking guy you think has been dead the whole time fucking stands up and slams the door shut as he walks out the door. And you're like,
dude, fucking peels the fake like brain matter off of his head that has made it look like he shot himself. And he stands up and he goes, the key has been in the tub the whole time. And they flushed it or whatever, or it went down the drain. It just
fell down the drain.
Right? So they could have gotten out of it. Dude, Saw, though, especially as a series, has some of the craziest torture scenes ever. Her being stuck in the needle, like the pool of needles, dude. I remember that one being intense. The guy where the machine twists his arms until they basically like rip apart.
Hey, listen, these are the sequels, fool.
Dude, I know. Well, the first one though, even though Amanda gets out of it, she has the jaw ripper, right? Like that. Yeah. Amanda described it incredible. The dread that you like, the intense. It stresses you the fuck out, like to watch people go through it. So I think that's what makes that one scary and intriguing. But I will say, Panic Room, Jodie Foster and Kristen Stewart. And Kristen Stewart's like a young kid in that one. And basically it's like robbers come into the house. So it's a little bit more like not terror. Terror is the wrong word. It's a little bit more unsettling, but not scary. That these like robbers are in your house and then they hide in the panic room and they have to try to get out because the whole story is she is diabetic and she needs her stuff and it's inside the bathroom. And so they're talking from the panic room to the house, trying to let the girl out. And basically the whole thing's like a negotiation the entire time. So I'm going to go with Saw.
All right. Unanimous.
Panic Room, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to go with Saw.
I'll actually go with Quarantine or whatever.
Okay. No. Okay. Maybe you should watch it first.
No, I've
Quarantina 19. Okay.
I've seen it. It's just been a long time.
All right. What is the scariest alien movie?
Alien.
Aside from Alien, not on the list.
Predator.
Wait, Alien is not on the list?
No, I didn't put it on the list.
Wait. Did you put mine? Did you put mine on the list? The one that freaks me out?
The Fourth Kind.
Okay.
Right. Fire in the Sky.
Oh, fuck.
A Quiet Place.
Oh, damn.
Or Nope.
Okay, no, get rid of Nope. Get rid of Nope, dude. Nope is
okay, I'm going to give my answer and then Andy can talk for a while.
Yeah.
My answer is Alien. Okay, so here's the deal. If you get ready, people, for another long-winded one. So the Alien series is fantastic. Some of the more recent ones are garbage, but the original couple I really enjoy. The first one and number 2 and 3 are completely different types of movies.
Agreed.
Okay, so number 2 and 3 are like action horror, almost more like Dune or like Doom or something like that, where it's like kind of spooky, scary, but there's still a lot of guns and action-y shit.
Yep, I agree.
The first Alien movie, in my opinion, is one of the best horror movies, period.
Yep, terrifying.
It's fantastic. There is this sense of claustrophobia in the film. Everything is so dark. And then, like, if you ever want to fucking freak yourself out, you watch this movie in a dark room with headphones on. Because the way that the surround sound was optimized for this movie, you hear like the little like the noise they make like behind them as they're walking through, but you don't even see the aliens. But like, and then there'll be times where like they'll be going through and there's like all of like the tubes for wires and shit, you know, and you're like expecting something to drop out. Nothing will drop out. But if you look carefully, you can see like one of their heads or something. And like the way this movie makes you feel like you are crawling through a fucking hole is amazing. And I would say if you've never seen Alien, what the fuck is wrong with you? It is amazing.
See it.
It's amazing. It is amazing. And then truly to be followed up by Aliens
Right.
is a totally different shift, but somehow it works.
Yeah, somehow it
and
works.
so those two together, absolutely worth your time. The third one is, but the third one has its moments. But
Winona
Alien,
Ryder in the third one?
yes,
Yeah.
Alien is scary.
Yes,
So that's mine.
I agree. What was the multiple choice though?
Well, you said
Sorry,
nope
y'all.
to nope.
Okay, I'm gonna say nope to nope. So do you guys know those like windmills that like roll around themselves? It's like a square and then another little square and another little square, and as it spins, it looks like the squares are coming in and out of each other. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it's like windmills or
Like the yard art.
yes, that's
Okay.
what nope reminds me of. Is like yard art but up in the sky. So like I couldn't really take that whole thing seriously.
Okay.
Like
so,
when I saw the alien, I was like, I think that there's parts of that movie, but yes.
so why don't you tell me what your answer is instead of your not answer?
Okay, I just want to give these films some like credit, okay? I will say out of everything that you gave me, The Fourth Kind freaks me the fuck out, okay? Can I defend myself for a second? What scares me, okay, a lot of the time is what my imagination can produce when I hear audio. When I hear only audio and I have to like assume what's going on, that shit gives me fucking goosebumps, dude. And in The Fourth Kind, these alien abductions are happening. I want to say it's Mira Sorvino. No, not Mira Sorvino.
Thought it was Julianne Moore.
No, it's Alice from Resident Evil.
Mila Jovovich.
Thank you. She is basically like listening to these tapes and trying to figure out what's happened to these families. And then the last tape, dude, she hears the abduction happening in the fucking room. Okay, I'm getting goosebumps like talking about it right now, okay? She hears these fucking creatures come up and they say this line of like, these creatures know God's name and they can say it out loud. So if you guys know the story, right, for you to say God's name, you're supposed to like die. Like you can't actually say like the Lord's actual name. Like he's too powerful for us to say it. And these creatures are supposed to utter something similar to it. And I remember that whole story progressing to a point where they say these lines and you hear these creatures and you know that they're literally like fucking these people up or stealing them. That weirded me out, dude. Like that type of stuff gets me all the time. There's another movie like it called Section 8 or
District 9.
No. Section 8. It's about tapes, like old tapes. The same thing. You guys remember House on Haunted Hill when you would hear the tapes like of the doctor like talking and stuff like that? Do you remember that? Remember any of those? Like you would hear some of his like old experiments going on and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Unless I'm mixing I'm mixing a film with it. Anyway, that's why that stuff freaks me out. But I will say the fucking scene in Fire in the Sky is terrifying, dude. All they're seeing is lights for most of the movie. So arguably the movie's kind of boring, but when you get to the last like 15 minutes of that film and he gets abducted and you see what happens to this guy, dude, like literally like imagine like a sheet of rubber going over you and you can't breathe. They rip open your mouth and they shove goo in it. You're gagging and choking. And then they remove the cover to show your eyeball and they stick a fucking needle slowly through it. And he's alive the entire time and he's screaming and he's terrified. And they're literally like stabbing him with these tools. And you see all of this with like no remorse and it's just a guinea pig with no power. And you're just like, oh my God, this is fucking terrifying. If we were ever to be abducted and this is what happens. So Fire in the Sky is truly the most freaky scene that I've ever seen when it comes to aliens.
So is that your answer?
Fire in the Sky.
Okay.
Fire in the sky.
Okay.
We're going to stick a needle in your eye.
When gonna die and lay me to rest.
Okay, tell me which of these children are the scariest?
Got it.
The girl from Orphan.
It's actually a woman.
I was gonna say. Actually,
hold the phone.
It's a child
Continue.
playing the role. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damien,
Actually, no, just kidding.
the Ring Girl,
Oh, Samantha.
or the Grudge.
Oh, Ju-on.
Samara from The Ring.
She's pretty fucking terrifying, dude. She's pretty terrifying.
I will tell you, when I saw The Ring in the movie theater, and I was pretty spooked because I was in like middle school, high school.
Yeah.
Like, it was like I was the perfect age to get freaked the fuck out by that movie.
Yeah, right.
And so there was the person in the movie theater right behind me. Every jump scare, she would like kick my chair because she got startled. And so it like made my startle even more because I was like preparing my body to get like jolted.
Right.
And so I need to watch The Ring again, but yeah, I have not watched it in a very long time because I remember how scared I was. And now it's been parodied and stuff so many times that it probably wouldn't be so scary anymore. But holy shit, the initial stuff of that girl climbing, the footage on the video of that girl climbing out of that well and then like glitching forward and then like glitching a little more forward. And you're like, oh, she's not coming out of the she's not coming out
She'll
of
be
the
fine.
TV.
She'll be fine.
She'll stop right there.
Yep.
She stopped right there. And then like the black goo starts to come out of the TV and then she crawls out of the TV. And then she's even more terrifying in real life because she's like staticky, glitchy still. And now you're like, oh my God. Like, and then she fully like sucks that guy's soul out and kills him. And then you're like, oh, she's coming after this little boy.
Oh, dude.
And,
the whole like what they look like when their soul's been ripped out from them too. I remember that being freaky. Yeah.
The Ring. Okay, that's my vote forever.
That's a good one. Damien's really boring. He reminds me of like Macaulay Culkin in The Good Son. Like he's evil, but he's not scary. You know what I mean?
Damien's just like your sister-in-law and her like she brings her friend to the park and she just got this little shitty kid.
It's like Sid from
and you're
Toy
like,
Story.
I can't do anything about it.
Yes. What was the first one you said?
Orphan.
Dude, okay. I remember being
She was creepy too, man.
Yeah, I remember kind of being freaked out when she takes the makeup off. And then I thought it was really funny. They did a prequel where she's actually older than in the first one, and they still try to make her look like she was younger than what she was. It was kind of funny. I am going to go with Amanda. I think Samantha is literally the scariest out of those ones.
Samara.
Oh, Samara. Sorry. What was the...
Samantha? I don't know.
What is the character's actual name in The Grudge, though? Did you say The Grudge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is the character's name? I think they call it Ju-on or Kuon.
Ju-on is the Japanese
the
original
version. So there's some freaky stuff, right? Like,
oh yeah,
like is that Sarah Michelle Gellar in that one? Like where like the hand comes out of her hair in the shower, and like you see the eyeball like staring at her. Like there's some freaky stuff in there, and like the creature starts to like come at them every now and again. But I will say, like Samara is by far the scariest version of like a little kid.
I'm sorry, you see a little girl standing in a little dirty dress with bare feet and dark long hair over her face now.
I'm out.
And me, a full adult, is like, get that fucking kid away from me. Like,
I love it.
Absolutely
I love
not.
It. Yes, I agree with Amanda. Nothing more to be said. She's the scariest.
All right. What is the scariest found footage film?
No such thing. They all suck. Actually, that's not true. The best.
Wait, do I have multiple choice?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Not if Andy just wants to talk.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Okay,
I was just trying to guess.
The obvious Blair Witch Project, Cloverfield,
Banger.
The Visit.
That movie's fucked up. I'll let Amanda talk.
Or other.
They all have... I think those are probably like... I think those are probably good examples of some of the more well-known found footage films.
Yeah.
I think Blair Witch Project is pretty boring until the very end where it gets intense. Cloverfield is actually fantastic. I really like Cloverfield, but I don't consider it a horror movie personally.
Interesting. Okay.
And then what was the last one?
The Visit.
The Visit. The Visit is fantastic. The grandma or whatever, the person under the house.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
or whatever
the
it was is like,
grandma. When she's like, let's play hide and seek.
My
fuck that.
scariest found footage film would be Paranormal Activity.
Oh yeah, that was actually a really good one. The first one was good. They started to get
bad. The first one. And honestly, the first one again has been parodied a lot, like the very last scene.
Right.
But holy shit, the very last scene of that movie, it like the tension, the way they were able to build the tension of that movie is really great. These little things just keep adding up and like getting a little bit more intense every time. And then finally she's like pulled out of bed and then like pulled backwards down the hallway.
Yeah, she gets dragged out of the room. That's right.
Oh my God.
And it's all
and
a
then she
baby
comes
monitor,
back.
right? Or something like that almost. Isn't that what
I don't remember. I think they just set up like a little camera.
Yeah.
But that movie is fantastic. And it started this whole other paranormal genre, but that's definitely one that people should watch.
Interesting that you don't find Cloverfield to be a scary movie because it's like...
It has scary moments.
Yeah, it's like a giant monster in the city attacking everyone. So I guess you're right. It is the moments because every now and again you'll see it and you're just kind of like, okay, that's freaky, but it's not like little creatures running after you freaky. It's like a different type of feel.
I liken it to like The Host, where it's like kind of like sci-fi action horror.
Yeah.
But that's my own, subgenre.
For sure.
But honestly, the scenes where they're in the subway and like the little spider guys are coming after them, that part's freaky, man.
What was the fourth option?
I didn't give a fourth option.
Oh, okay. There was only 3?
That's what I just said.
I'm going with Visit, dude. Fuck it. That fucking movie, bro.
That movie's good.
Dude, it's such a good movie. And what's funny is it's M. Night Shyamalan, which sometimes he does not land, but God, was that movie. It was so good. And it has Catherine
Hahn.
And she's so good. She's so good. What are you guys
talking
talking
convinced
about?
me to watch that one.
What are you talking about? Your grandparents. Those aren't your grandparents. Those people are with you. Oh, God, dude. Fucking awesome.
The twist.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. Well, since you want to bring up Paranormal Activity, what's the scariest ghost movie?
Ghost Ship.
Is it Paranormal Activity?
Ooh, got it.
Oh, sorry.
Mirrors?
Mirrors. I remember that movie. Shit.
The Others?
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or Poltergeist?
I think I'll go back to Poltergeist was again a movie that was scary for its time, but not necessarily scary now. The practical effects and stuff they used in that one was really cool for the time, but now I don't think it lands anymore. I'm going to go. The only reason I'm going to go is I think that The Others was done really, really well. I do not like Nicole Kidman as an actress, but for some reason she did well in that film. The twist of that film is what makes that really good, but leading up to it, the things that freak her out freak you out in that film. So I'm for sure about that. So, yep, absolutely.
I loved The Others when it first came out. I loved the twist. Yep. I loved all of it. I would say for me, Poltergeist is probably the scariest one. Poltergeist is the one that I watched. Like, I used to wake up really early in the morning and I would watch Sci-Fi Channel all by myself because they would always play horror movies. And Poltergeist would be on. And I don't know how, but like I saw like the whole like movie, like whole unedited movie. And so I love like the lady, like this house is clean.
Yeah.
Like I love Poltergeist, but it scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. And towards the end of the movie, there's like a huge pit of like mud with like skeletons in it and stuff. We'll come to find out some of those were real skeletons.
Oh, legit? Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say out of ghost movies, there is a movie that gets me the most, and it's called Entity. Have you ever seen Entity?
I'd have to look it up.
So Entity is about it's a ghost, but in Entity, what happens is they
is it from the 80s?
Yes. This thing it's a ghost and it's haunting this lady, but it's not just scaring her. It's like it's molesting her.
Yeah.
So in the film, these practical effects, you see the hand and just the prints go up her body. And it it goes to like mess with her, grabs her leg, grabs her thigh, grabs her breast. Like you see these scenes and it is so unsettling. So if you get a chance, if you really want one that's freaky, Entity is super messed up. So that's a
sounds freaky.
Really good ghost movie. Really good ghost movie. So.
All right. Which of these is the scariest home invasion movie?
All of them.
The Strangers.
Ah!
Hush.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Funny Games.
Okay.
That one's
Or
fucked.
Knock Knock.
I don't know if I've seen Knock Knock. I have to pull that one off the list. Did you?
What?
You've seen Knock Knock?
I don't remember what it is.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for putting me on the spot.
Who's there? Knock Knock. Who's there?
Okay. So Knock Knock is, it's got Keanu Reeves in it, and it's like two women, like they're like, "Oh, help us out of the rain, sir," and you come to find out they're fucked up. So for me, I love scary movies, but my like one genre that I don't love is home invasion movies, because to me,
freaky.
That's real. Like, I'm never gonna, and because in reality, a vampire's never gonna kill me, a zombie's never gonna kill me, right? Home invasion is real and it happens. So for me, The Strangers fucked me up.
Yeah,
big time.
Strangers is really really bold.
And the thing that I like the most about The Strangers, knowing I'll never watch it again, is like there are parts in this movie where like you're focusing on like the main character, but then if you're paying attention, like if your eyes start to wander, you realize there's a guy in the shadow
you'll see
of the
some
doorway.
Of it, you're right. Yep.
Or
Yep.
there's like a reflection of one of the masks in the window.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, how long has he been there that I didn't even notice?
Yep.
And then you think like, and then at the end, it's like, why are you doing this to us? And it's like, because you were home. That is the worst thing imaginable.
Super terrifying statement.
Like,
yes, absolutely.
Why are you torturing and like killing us? And it's like, because you opened the door.
Because you were there. I remember those scenes being terrifying for sure. I think you having to watch your spouse get tortured is what's messed up about that movie. I will say though, Hush, it's the same premise, but now the girl that's inside, she's alone. She has no one else with her, and she's deaf. So the problem with that one is that you are so sympathetic to her, because what is she supposed to do? She can't hear him. She knows he's running around, right? Like you know that he's like around the house, and she doesn't know where he's coming from. So it is good because she is able to fight him off in that one, but the Strangers, they don't win. Like it's right. So I feel like that one is the most terrifying one. Like and I don't really know what genre it would fall into, but there's also a movie called Don't Breathe. Yes. Oh, it's such a good one.
That movie's bananas.
Yep.
Well, Don't Breathe is like the opposite, because they break into his house, and it turns
but then
out
you find out
he's very dangerous.
He's the bad guy.
Yep.
That movie was crazy.
Yes, that was
I
a
enjoyed
great
that
one.
one.
He's blind, right? Isn't that what it is?
He's blind, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So good.
All right. Which of these is the scariest animal.
Okay.
Easy. Honey badger.
Cujo,
Oh.
Lake Placid, the birds,
Oh.
or arachnophobia.
Oh.
Okay. Scary. Okay. What was the first? Oh, the alligator, Lake Placid, right? What was the second one?
The first one was Cujo.
Oh, Cujo.
Second one was Lake Placid.
Dude, I remember Cujo being super scary when I watched it. And dogs, like, I think they freaked me out in the past. But I'm just going to go. I don't like any of these choices, unfortunately.
pick a
I'm
new
going to
one.
say the cat from the Pet Cemetery.
the dead
He was
cat.
scary. He's like a zombie cat.
Yeah, it's a freaky cat, dude.
And cats are gross.
Cocaine bear.
You haven't even seen
Okay,
that.
that movie-
I haven't seen it, no. I
That
haven't
movie
seen
was
it.
stupid, but
It
it was
was
really fun.
stupid.
You guys should watch it. Okay, what? Sorry. What? Okay. Oh, I'll say arachnophobia because spiders freak me out, and the idea of dying from a bunch of spiders crawling all over me is mental torture. But the Lake Placid alligator is humongous.
Yeah, it was
And
pretty big, wasn't it?
Part of me wishes it was real.
Yeah.
Because if people left it alone, it was fine. Betty White's character, she would feed it, and it like essentially protected her.
Right.
So if people would just let it be, it'd be fine. Also, like Anaconda.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That
That's
snake
not
was
a bad
crazy.
one. Isn't there another one with the gorilla? Is it Congo?
Congo!
Yeah, Congo, where it's like a gorilla that's chasing him down. That's good too.
Bananas.
Okay.
Bananas.
Bananas.
I'm going to say snakes on a plane. No, I'm just joking.
You got one more for us?
Last one.
Okay.
Okay.
This one, I don't even know if you can say scariest because they're not really scary. The worst cabin movie.
Oh, cabin movie. Okay.
Cabin in the Woods,
Okay.
Knock at the Cabin,
Okay.
or Cabin Fever.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to say the best movie out of those three is Cabin in the Woods.
Yes, agreed.
But like the scariest, most unsettling is Cabin Fever.
yeah, where
that
they have the
movie.
like that flesh-eating disease.
Yes.
Eli
Yes.
Roth, isn't
That-
it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That movie is one where you're like, oh, this all could have been avoided if they just listened to the townspeople, but okay. But the scene where the woman is shaving her legs in the bathtub,
Oh, yeah.
I think about
Ooh.
every time I shave my legs, and which is why I don't do it. No, that movie is like body horror to the max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The scene that got me in that one was the sex scene, but
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
freaking yellow Power Ranger.
Yeah.
And then her skin starts falling off or something like that while she's on top of him. Like that was that was messed up.
Yeah.
But out of all of those, I wish that you would have said Evil Dead because that's probably
You
the
can put
best.
it on the list.
That's
I
the-
haven't seen
It's a
it.
good one,
I didn't
too.
know it was in a cabin.
That's okay. The Evil Dead is probably the best cabin movie when it comes to like terrifying things that happen. So
It's pretty fucked up. Did
It's-
you watch
yeah.
the remake?
yeah, the remake was good though.
Yeah.
The remake was really
Surprisingly good.
There was another cabin one. What's it called? Like don't let the sun will come down or so, what's it called? The sunset, so the dusk something. I don't remember. But I remember like the beginning scene is a girl, she's in a lake and then she gets scalped. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
No.
It's quite the progression.
Honestly, you know what I think it is? I think it's actually the new Evil Dead movie. It's called Evil Dead Rising. Yeah.
Something like that.
That one's messed up, but there's a cabin again in that one too.
Also, honorable mention. It's not scary, but Tucker and Dale versus
Oh,
Evil.
so good.
They are
That's why I
fixing
didn't put
up
it
a
on the list
cabin.
because I'm like, I already have
No.
Cabin in the Woods, which
Yeah.
isn't real.
Yes.
It's more comedy.
Yeah, but Cabin in the Woods has some creepy moments.
It does have
does.
creepy moments. Okay, I will say, ladies, what we should do is we should do offbeat like Tucker and Dale. We should come up with like a list of movies like that because there's some good stuff. Like I'd put like Jennifer's Body in that like realm. That'd be cool to come up with a list like that. So, Ash, thanks for
What?
putting together such a fun list today.
It's my job.
So spooky.
Yeah, that was super fun.
so
I like that.
scary. Amanda and I are so hypercritical on what's scary.
Yeah, but that's why I like to
I
talk
love
to you
it.
guys about this
Yeah.
stuff
Well, I was
because I
gonna
know
say,
that you're
like,
going to have a
it-
lot
me.
to say.
And Amanda, you'd say your list, and Amanda and I are like, nope, wrong movies.
I love this list. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish, but it's fucking aliens, bitch.
But Aliens is the scariest sci-fi horror of all time.
All right. So, Amanda, where can people tell us spooky stuff?
Okay, come tell us where you disagree with us. And check us out at our Instagram at Real Awkward Podcast. We also have a TikTok at Real Awkward Podcast. And $3 a month gets you exclusive episodes. Patreon.com/Real Awkward Podcast.
Bingo, bango, Billy Django.
I just want to say, in relation to the Patreon and pay to John Goodman, I did not put 10 Cloverfield Lane on this list.
But we talked about it extensively in the John Goodman episode. Only $3.
So, pay to John Goodman.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hello, Real Awkward listeners. The Real Awkward Podcast turns 3 this year. That's right, 3 years of fun, entertaining content for you guys, and we cannot do it without listeners like you. If you guys want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/Real Awkward Podcast for $3 a month that gets you access to exclusive shows, merchandise, and name shoutouts on the show. We also will take your suggestions for show topics. Thank you so much for 3 years, and we look forward to many more.